Hello, Brigida Cook here again. I just wanted to say hi real quick, and I hope that you are having a blessed Sunday. And it's just something that I've run into a lot lately that's really bothered me. So obviously there's like now different forms of Catholicism you can be a part of, right? You can go to a Novus Ordo Masses in English. You can go to Byzantine Catholic, Melkite, Maronite. You could go to like a traditional Latin Mass, or, there's even different breakoffs in the traditional like Latin Mass groups. And I've been noticing like there's so much hate between all the groups. And I know other people have seen this too. And I've just been like witnessing like fights on Facebook and just ridiculous things. And I know like overnight we're not all gonna totally agree and we're all like still Catholic, but I I really think that we should be more charitable to each other, right? We shouldn't be so angry and rude because say, as me, like I now go to a traditional mass, like if I'm being angry and rude to a friend who goes to a Novus Ordo Mass in English, that's not helpful, right? A friend is not going to then be interested in what I have to say or why my husband and I chose this mass, unless we show them kindness and, maybe share like a book or two we've read. How are they going to want to, explore or see our perspective, right? And even, like I said, among traditionalists, I've been seeing this happen a lot. Like, oh, your church is too modernist, or oh, your church is fake, it's illicit, it's schismatic. Like all these things we throw around as just a label. It's like, well, why don't you actually like ask them their perspective and ask what their research is and what they're reading like within the church, instead of just like throwing a label on it and then, shutting down the conversation. Like there's a way as Catholics for us to have a charitable dialogue and try to see like where that person is coming from, right? Like, and to research, like, okay, maybe they did a lot of research and that's what they like. Maybe they grew up with it and that's what they know. Like, we really don't know where people are coming from. And I was listening to a traditional priest recently, and he was saying when he runs into people in the airport, people ask him, oh, like, blah, 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 you're a priest, like, you're Catholic, what are you? And then he's like, I'm a traditional Catholic. And they're like, oh, like, what does that mean? And he explains it. And he's not like, well, the only mass you should go to is in English or this, or oh, the only one is in Latin, or, he doesn't, being that is not helpful. He just explains like, I have these views, this is where I came to, I do the Latin Mass and whatever, XYZ. And you show kindness, because if we're being very, divisive and rude and argumentative, like that's not helpful for anyone. We're not going to be able to come together as Catholics. Mind you, there are differences between everything I was talking about, right? Eastern Catholics, more modern Catholics, traditional Catholics, there are, but to try to be like angry and rude to each other is really not, it's not helping anyone. This has just been on my heart lately because I've watched it with many people, just like, we try to have like a nice conversation and someone gets like, well, you have to do it this way, or like, you're going to hell. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, it's just speaking in that way is not correct. And I mean, I know there's reasons for things, and there's right and wrong, and we can dig deeper. But if someone's not at that point yet, and speaking in that tone to them it's not helpful, right? I mean, I believe like God and the Catholic Church teaches very strong views on morality, but I don't think that we should be yelling like this at friends, right? I hope that makes sense, and please ask me questions if it doesn't. So I did just want to say that we really do need to be kind to each other and, share truth with each other in a loving way and not a judgmental way. And trust me, like I've been there. I've had those moments. So, thank goodness for confession, right? But, if you have any more questions, please reach out to me. And, as I finished my story last week, so thank you for listening. If you have more questions about my personal journey, or just about like Catholic topics in general, traditional versus not, whatever, I would love to hear your input or your opinion as I continue to share about our Catholic faith, because obviously I'm very excited about it. So I just wanted to remind you all to all stay kind and charitable towards our other Catholic sisters and brothers, and God bless you.